Acts chapter 19, verse 11, it says, now God worked unusual miracles by the hands of Paul, so that even the handkerchiefs or aprons were brought from his body to heal the sick. And the diseases left them, and the evil spirits went out of them. Verse 13, then some of the itinerant Jewish exorcists took it upon themselves to call on the name of the Lord over those who had evil spirits. We exorcise you by the Jesus whom Paul preaches. Also, there were 7 sons of Sceva, a Jewish chief priest, who did this also. Verse 15, and when the evil spirit heard or answered and said, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Then the man in whom the evil spirit was leapt upon them, overpowered them, and prevailed against them. So they fled out of that house, naked and wounded. Why didn't the power work for these 7 sons of Sceva? They didn't know him. Do you know Jesus? Do you have authority? Do you have spiritual authority? When we're operating in the world, when we're operating down below this line, I don't know that we do have this authority. It may belong to us, but we don't use it. So when we're faced with this adversity, we're faced with a challenge, we're faced with a threat. Is it a threat? Is it a challenge? Is this going to hurt me? Is this going to take me out? How should we be facing each and every situation? We should be facing it with understanding. We understand what's happening here. We understand that because of what I've done in the past, I'm reaping what I've sown in the past today. And that if I go through this, I can change what I sow and I can reap a different harvest tomorrow. My life isn't hopeless. By doing different things, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with us. It's just our methods, how we do things. And if we do things differently, we'll get different results. I know it's deep, right? Don't lean to our own understanding. Lean on God's understanding. Do you have to know how it's all going to work out before you start acting in faith? No. None of us know that. None of us know how everything's going to work out. But we put our faith, we put our trust in God, and we read that before in Luke 10:19. He says at the end of the verse, nothing will by any means hurt me. So that's the truth. Nothing will by any means hurt me. Period. Done. End of story. So I can operate with the authority, with God's authority. I can use His word to transform my life. You can use. Who can use it?
Anyone can.
Everybody except you, right? Everybody except, no, it doesn't matter where you came from. See, that's the problem, is we want to say, well, from where I came from or my past, I can't do it. That's a lie. Everyone, whoever hears the gospel and believes, will be saved. So that's the truth. Do we know, when we really get the idea, when we really have this revelation that I can overcome, or we're more than conquerors through Christ, that I can overcome any situation that's coming against me. Any of them. Through Christ, right? Not through yourself. And what happens to you when you don't believe? What happened to these guys? They got beat up. Now, we can act like believers and still get beat up. We can go to church and not know what belongs to us and still get beat up. Are you done getting beat up in life? If we are, we'll know what He said, right? Nothing will by any means harm me. Nothing will by any means hurt me. Anyone know Dick Fosbury? Have you ever heard of Dick Fosbury? Have you heard of what is going on? Have you heard of the Fosbury flop?
Fosbury flop?
Yeah, the Fosbury flop. What do you know about the high jump? How do they go over the high jump? Backwards. Who invented that? Say Dick Fosbury. Dick Fosbury invented that. Do you know before Dick, everybody went over head first, face first, front first? That was the way you did the high jump. They would just leap over the bar. And Dick looked at it and he's like, I think we could do better if we do this. Yep. And so he did. And he revolutionized the whole sport. Can you change and revolutionize your whole family? Your friends, the people that are around you, your influence, your community?
Yeah.
How about Roger Bannister? Does anybody run? Do we know Roger Bannister? Now, what was the Hulk's name? Wasn't his last name Bannister too? Bruce Bannister, was it? Well, Roger Bannister is different. Roger Bannister was a runner. And up until his time, they said no human could run a mile under 4 minutes. You know who said that?
Roger Bannister.
The scientists said that. All the best minds said it's physically impossible. They did studies, they had proof, they had research. They said nobody can run a mile under 4 minutes. Roger Bannister decided he was going to do that. Eventually, he ran a 4-minute mile, under 4 minutes. What happened the next year? About a dozen other people ran a 4-minute mile. What happened the next year? Hundreds of people ran a 4-minute mile. All because one person believed it was possible. Now, where did that come from? All the scientists said, you can't do it. It's impossible. Who are you going to believe? You're going to believe what's in you?
Right.
Or are you going to believe what people are telling you? I think too often we end up believing people that tell us things. We end up believing our parents that say you're going to be no good. We believe teachers. We believe the news. You know, where are you getting your information? What is building you up? How are you making decisions? Based on your past or based on what God says? You can do anything that the Word says you can do. What are we believing? We're so ready to go home. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. First Corinthians 9:24 says, do you not know that those who run a race all run, but one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may obtain it. When you're looking at your recovery, when you're running your race, we only have one life, right? Are you running to obtain a prize? Are you running to win?
I'm just trying to finish the race.
I mean, it'd be nice to win, but like, I don't know.
I don't know either if I'm trying to win, but I'm definitely
I
trying
mean,
to
yeah,
finish.
we're trying to win,
Trying to finish it for sure.
but it's gonna be great if we finish.
I just thought there was some line about finishing the race. And that Paul maybe said.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
he
it'd be
said, I
nice to
fought the
win
fight.
something.
I
It'd
finished
feel
my
great
race.
if you just finished.
Well,
Yeah,
then maybe
it's
that's what.
better if you win, but
Well, who else is running your race?
no one.
Well, who are you competing with?
Everyone.
When you die, are you going to die empty? There's a preacher that used to say, the place full of the most potential is the graveyard. Because people died with everything inside them. They refused to let it out. What are we holding back for? If you're going to run this race, if you're going to do recovery, you better do everything possible that you can do in order to make that a reality. I'm telling you this, especially young people. The younger you are, the better you are. The more you do that, the more you're going to set yourself up for success in the future. The more you mess around, the longer this is going to take. If you run with focus, when you don't allow distractions to pull you back or hold you down, and you have your eye, when you look at what God's put in front of you, and for this is recovery. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recover from addiction. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm focused on it. I'm going to do everything necessary that I obtain it. That is run your race. That is win the race. That you have that, right? How do you know you have recovery? Where does it come from?
Within you.
It comes from within you. That's where you have it. You have it within you. And then when you act on what you believe, you'll see those results on the outside. Like I said at the beginning, this isn't, we're going to get some information and we're going to do some things on the outside so that my inside changes. Does that work? Somewhat. Where I would rather focus on is focus on your heart, change you from the inside outward. When you start to believe that you can recover, when you start to believe that things will be different, when you start to believe that you can accomplish something, you'll see what to do. And you won't have any problem doing it because you have something. You have something in you that you have to express. That's about living, not surviving. What are you here for? Are you here to give just a smile or a hug? Or are you here to really add value? What is adding value? It's that you're giving something of value to someone else and not so concerned about yourself. It's not all about me. How am I going to take this? It's not about serving yourself, but it's about giving. What gifts has God put in you to give to other people? What talents has God put in you that you can use in your life? Are you going to do this to win? When you say, well, yeah, I just made a meeting this week. I'll try better next time. You're not even trying. Not even trying. Alyssa, when she got here she was here for 2 or 3 months and realized, hey, this girl could do something. And I brought her in there and I'm like, you're lazy. I said, you're not even trying. I said, you need to get busy. You need to get busy about this. You're just complacent. If you're complacent, even what you have will be stolen from you. Do you believe that? If you're complacent, even what you have will be taken. But if you have something and you're using it, you'll be given more. Run in a way that you're going to win. You're not waiting around. Make those meetings. Make more meetings. Remember David and the Foreskins? Sounds like some kind of group, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Some kind of band. Yeah. David and the Foreskins.
That's so funny.
Saul, yeah. Saul sent him out. Saul sent David out to kill like 200 Philistines and bring back their foreskins. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine. I'm glad we changed. We're not doing that, right?
Bring back their thumb or something.
Yeah, bring back their thumb. But David went out and he come back with double the amount of foreskins he was supposed to.
The heck?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But when someone asks you to go to 2 meetings, go to 4. Someone asks you to go to one church, well, like Corey does sometimes, he goes to 2 churches. But it is going this extra mile that you're going to run the race to win. Why don't we run to win? There's so much on my mind right now. I can't help it.
Win? If we don't want to win, it's because probably once we do win, then there's going to be more expectation from you.
So that if you do win,
more made higher, so then
you'll have more expectation.
yeah.
And who wants that?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean by that?
No, tell me.
It's like when you have money, right? Once you get more money, now you got more bills, more people to help. Now you're spending more money.
Right?
So then you gotta get more. And
Yeah.
it's like the bar is being higher every time. And it's like we set up the bar low, don't gotta do much. It's kinda like being lazy basically.
It is being lazy. You don't have to do more and more and more. This is all I've done for the last 12 years. Basically this. But through that, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people.
Well then why don't you get a Bible verse on your
Yeah, because that's going to make all the difference. Hebrews 12 verse 1 says, Therefore we are also surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. Let us lay aside every weight and sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that's set before us. It's Hebrews 12:1. And what he's talking about there is the Hall of Fame of faith is Hebrews 11. That's all the people that died in faith, expecting, looking for Jesus. What are you looking for? What do you have? If you're going to go and start college from here, what do you have to stop doing? Yeah. You have to stop doing that. What else do you have to stop doing if you're going to do something that you really want? It's about a trade-off, right? You don't get to do everything you want. If you decide I'm going to go to school, well, there's certain things you don't do. If you decide you're going to be sober, there's certain things you don't do. You don't be lazy or complacent about your recovery. You don't do that if you want to be serious about recovery. If you don't, well, anything goes. When you really earn something or have something on the line, you'll think more about doing something foolish than if you don't have anything on the line. When you have something that truly matters to you, you'll fight to keep it. You'll protect it. You'll lay aside those weights and sins that beset you. And it's easy. It's easy for all of us to be caught up in weight and sin and ridiculousness. It's easy to be caught up in chaos. So if you're doing chaos, what you're not doing is what you really want to do. If you're caught up in chaos, you're not doing what you really want to do. You're out doing all this other business. Does that make sense? Here's a verse out of Exodus. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still. See the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you will never see again no more, forever. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Now, this is about the Egyptians are coming after the children of Israel. They're standing at the Red Sea. They have the Red Sea on one side. They have the Egyptian army on the other side, and they're stuck in the middle. And that's how it feels. That's how it feels when you get outside of your comfort zone. You're like, I don't know what's going to happen out here, and this old stuff is behind me. What do I do? You hold your peace. Whatever happens, you don't back up. Whatever happens, you march. You put one foot in front of the other and go forward. Whatever is going to happen. Run your race. Stay in your lane. You know, each runner is given a lane to run in. His lane is going to be different from your lane. Your lane is going to be different from her lane. Run in your lane. What did the Lord tell you to do? Not somebody else. What does he have for you? That's what you're responsible for. If you make people, you're responsible for the people that you make. Unless you give up the responsibility for them. How can you provide? The Bible says a good man makes an inheritance for his children's children. Every time a grandkid turns 1, they get a bank account. And I'm starting to put money in it now. So that by the time they're 18, 20 years old, want to go to school, they want to do something, they're going to have something. How many of us were part of the alligator or the turtle approach when it came to life, right? Parents put you out there to go, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Good luck.
Yep. Don't come back.
There was one fella, I used to work with him. He turned 18, and at midnight, on the day he turned 18, he was kicked out of the house.
Whoa.
He didn't even get to spend the night. He turned 18. Okay, it's the 18th or whatever day it was. You're out. That's brutal. That's turtle. You get it right? Turtle approach. You know, like you get very little. Or what happens even worse is they try and destroy you before you get to be grown up, right? We got to lay these things aside. Lay aside the weight and sin that besets you. What's weighting you down? Where did we bring the weights that hold us down?
Bring the altar, give them to the Lord.
How?
Dressing them and facing them. And, I don't know. Asking for help if you need help. Seek prayer.
Scripture.
Casting all your cares upon him because he cares for you. So if you have a care about it, cast it upon him. How do you do that? How do we cast our cares upon God?
Pray, talk to him,
Ask him to take.
sit in his presence.
Say, Lord, I cast this care upon you because you care for me. And I know that Luke 10, verse 19 says, what? And nothing will by any means hurt me. So I cast this care upon you. Now, you have to hold your peace.
And believe it.
And believe it.
Yeah.
When you hold your peace and you believe it and you cast the care upon him, that's faith. The circumstances aren't going to look right. But inside, you're okay.
Where's this say? Doesn't Jesus tell us to give our burdens to him because his yoke is light and his burdens are easy?
Yeah, where does it say that?
His yoke is white?
White.
Oh, I thought you said white.
His yoke is white. No.
Oh, I had yokes are yellow.
I mean,
Not these.
yeah.
Are you facing anything that's too big for you to handle? Every day. Right? We face things that are too big for us to handle every single day. You know who it's not too big for? It's not too big for the Lord. So in our weakness, He's strong. When we're weak, He's strong. We're in a no-lose situation. We cannot lose. So when we have these challenges, they come at us. We can take that as information, as data. We don't have to be emotionally disturbed or upset about it. We can see it for what it is. We can use our understanding. And we can cast the care and the burden of it on God because He cares for us. And we know we'll go through. You heard the term, it came to pass, right? Well, it came to pass. That's why it came, so it could pass. What are we dealing with?
Not worry.
I mean, is this your last time to do treatment? Is this your last time? I sure hope so. Only one day at a time.
Yep, this is
You
it.
never know what's going to happen. I wouldn't say that I am.
I'm definitely going to do it again.
I might be dead if it's not.
And that's where you can determine today, I'm not going to use. Today, I'm going to trust God with every situation in my life. Today, that's what I'm going to do. Today, I'm not going to get caught up in drama or chaos. I'm more than a conqueror through Christ who died for me. You ever played an operation game?
Yeah.
Remember that, everybody? Yeah. What happens when you touch the sides?
You're that long say.
The patient dies.
The patient dies?
Nose lights up.
Yeah. His nose lit up.
It does. Then it goes. Zzz. Then you jump and get scared.
I mean, we need to treat this like a game of concentration, like an operation. When you're very precise in what you're doing. It's not just anything goes. Say no. What are you guys saying? What are you saying no to? Here's something else. It's going to take longer than you think.
I don't know.
It's going to take longer than you think. What happens in that time that it's taking longer? Is your character is being developed. You develop your character quicker, it'll take less time. If you dilly-dally around, it's going to take longer. But it's just universal. Everybody knows that. It's going to take longer than you think. But you become more proficient the longer it takes.